อืมเปิดให้ participant เข้ามาได้เลยค่ะ
นี่นะคะ
Meet teacher Emily. She's a passionate teacher who cares deeply for her students and the environment. Emily wants to teach environmental education to give her students real-world skills to improve our planet. However, she's a busy teacher with no time to prepare extra lessons herself and unsure where to begin. Waste Hero Education is the perfect resource for teachers like Emily. Waste Hero offers 19 free activity-based teacher lesson plans that cover recycling, zero waste, and the circular economy for K-12 and university students. Yep, Teacher Emily, you heard that right. Waste Hero is 100% free. These lessons are designed to reduce teacher prep time, including a lesson script, resources to run activities, and can be modified to fit any classroom context and the time available. Only have time for the activity and not the full lesson? No problem. Need to adjust the lesson to support an existing one? Easy peasy. Waste Hero was designed and validated by teachers for teachers wanting to educate students on how to care for our planet. Click the link now to download the free lessons and begin empowering your students to become future waste heroes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Selamat pagi. สวัสดีครับ Greetings from Semioceps, Bangkok, Thailand. I am Thanapon Kantawichai, Curriculum Development Officer of Semioceps. You can call me Kevin in short, and I am your host for today's activity. Welcome everyone to the Master Teacher Training, Waste Hero Reduced to Zero. Also, the participants who are joining us via Zoom meeting and YouTube live streaming. Before we start our session, I would like to inform you about the technical instruction. For the participants in Zoom, please follow the login name format. You can begin your account with your school name in short and followed by your name. Please avoid multiple logins in the same room to reduce echo. And all participants' microphone will be muted during the speaker's presentation, and your microphone will be unmuted for only the discussion. During the presentation, you can send the question to chat box or use the raise hand icon to share your opinion. And please prepare your mobile phone for joining activities with our trainer. For the participant in YouTube, you can interact with the speakers or sharing your opinion with other participants by joining with the YouTube chat feature. And please prepare your mobile phone also for the activity with the trainers, and the host will share the link for activities in the YouTube chat or post the link on the top of the chat box. So I would like to inform you about the program sequence for this afternoon. After this, there will be the introduction and the program briefer from the Semioceps team, and also the training session by the trainers from the Ministry of Education of Thailand. And there will be a training feedback at the end of our session. So please stay with us until the end of our activities. Once again, I would like to inform you a little bit about this training. The Master Teacher Training is organized by the Semio Regional Center for Sufficiency Economy Philosophy for Sustainability, or Semioceps, in collaboration with our partners, Indorama Venture PCL, and other supporting. From UNESCO Multi-Sectoral Regional Office in Bangkok, Semio Secretariat, Southeast Asian One Health University Network, or CEOHUN. Semio Regional Center for Open and Distance Learning, or Semio Simolek in Indonesia, and also UNUS Thailand Foundation. The program today in this afternoon will be for the participants in the secondary level from Indonesia. This morning, we have just finished the training session for the teachers in the kindergarten and the primary level. And yeah, we continue in this afternoon. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, before we start our session, may I invite Ms. Duriya Amatawiwat, the Center Director of Semioceps, to deliver the welcome remarks. Ms. Duriya, the floor is yours.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good day to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. A warm greeting from the Simeo set. It is my great pleasure to welcome all teachers to our West Hero Master Teacher Training today. The training session is a cooperation between the Simeo Regional Center for Sufficiency Economic Philosophy for Sustainability, or Simeo SEP, with the support of the Indorama Ventures Public Company Limited. The training aims to promote waste management and recycling education in schools across Southeast Asian countries. We have seen that waste generation has massively increased around the world in recent decades, with no signs of slowing down of the waste. Waste disposal problems have become a critical issue for many countries, and consequently, this has become a global problem requiring an urgent address, since this issue has immensely impacts to wildlife, environment, and society. The Waste Hero Reduced to Zero Master Teacher Training today aims to empower and enrich kindergarten, primary, secondary, and vocational and technical school teachers to have understandings about waste management and circular economy, and be able to create the lesson plan and apply the Waste Hero educational materials to the classroom activities and co-curriculum programs. We would like to see that teachers who will be trained in our programs will be able to raise awareness of their students on environmental issues, especially in waste management. And most importantly, we wish to see the active actions of your students in saving our environment. Waste Hero Reduced to Zero is a free global zero waste education program with the aim to educate 1 million people by 2030 on three main pillars. First, recycling fundamentals. Second, creating zero waste. And lastly, how to build a circular economy. Waste Hero education resources that you will learn today consist of 19 free lesson plans and workshops for K to 12 and university level students. The lessons are designed to be engaging and fun, but also action-oriented at the same time, for young learners to apply the principles of the circular economy, not only in the classroom activities, but also in their community activities. In this training session, you will understand how to navigate the Waste Hero lesson packages and learn key aspects of waste management and circular economy, and be able to effectively design and prepare Waste Hero lesson activities with full engagement of your students. On this occasion, I would like to express our gratitude to our supporting partners, namely UNESCO Multi-Sectoral Regional Office in Bangkok, Simeo Secretariat, UNUS Thailand Foundation, Southeast Asia One Health University Network, or SEOHUN, and Simeo Regional Open Learning Center, or Simeo Simolec, for their collaboration in raising awareness of this program to other multi-sectoral partners, school administrators, teachers, students, and environmental specialists across Southeast Asian countries. My appreciation also goes to the Indorama Ventures Public Company Limited for their kind support to make this training session possible. I would like to thank the trainers and specialists from the Ministry of Education of Thailand for preparing this training session for our participating teachers. Lastly, thank you for all your participations, and especially for the teachers who are nominated from the Ministries of Education, and for those who also registered to join this program. We hope that you will learn a lot from this master teacher training. Thank you very much. สวัสดีค่ะ
Thank you very much, Ms. Duria, for the wonderful opening statement. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Piyapa, the Program Officer of SEMIOSEPS, to introduce the background of the West Hero Project. Ms. Piyapa, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for a brief introduction. And good afternoon, all teachers in Zoom meeting and in YouTube. Before the session starts, I would like to give you a brief information about the West Hero Education Program. Next slide, please. So my presentation will cover three main areas. First, overview about the West Hero Education resources. Second, SEMIOSEPS West Hero Developmental Campaign that you are joining today. And the last, expectations from the Master Teacher Training. Next slide. So for the first topic, what is the West Hero Education resources and how the program was developed? So I think that many teachers may be curious, that want to know that why we use the West Hero Education resources for the training for the Southeast Asian teachers. West Hero Education is a global program with the aim to educate 1 million students by 2030 on recycling, West Hero, and the circular economy. Next slide, please. So UNUS Thailand Foundation, a non-profit organization in partnership with Indorama Ventures, has launched a free global education program called West Hero Reduced to Zero in early 2023 this year. And West Hero education lesson plans consist of 19 education packages and circular economy entrepreneurship workshops within 6 levels across primary, secondary, and university level. And the lessons were created in alignment with the international education standards and prepared under the guidance of the education professionals throughout the entire development process. Because the lesson will reach a global audience, that's why we need to design them to be universally applicable to a diverse audience, but adaptable to fit any classroom. And teachers and educators can find the resources very easy to use with the details of the teacher guidelines and the facilitator notes. Next slide, please. So to ensure our lesson would be practical and useful in the classroom setting, so we established an educator advisory group consisting of 23 education professionals from different 17 countries. We pull out our education experts on overall learning theory and the classroom practicality. We also held a focus group and then design the workshop with our education advisory group members that help us to define the key points, inputs within our content framework. Next, please. So when we developed the learning resources, a lot of careful consideration went into the creation of the lesson plan materials. We review and analyze over 150 different recycling education lesson plans from 35 different sources. And we thinking a lot how to develop it the most effectively for the school use and that suit with the different culture of the students. So the consideration in terms of the content, like for example, what type of the content is relevant and applicable for our students. And then also the structure and layout, how should the lesson be presented in the most useful format for the different classroom environments. And for the linguistic and tone, what is the tone and message that we want to convey and make it very understandable for our students. And the last part is about graphic design and brand identity. How do we make this lesson attractive to our students? Next, please. So the lesson were designed not only within the classroom, but also designed to support the youth activities. Our higher level lesson include useful and practical design thinking, business modeling, and solutions-based tools to help them get started on taking action within their community and university. Next slide. So the West Hero Education resources consist of 6 levels from pre-kindergarten level up to the university level. So when you investigate the website, you will see like level 1, and then we will have like, the information like this level is for what class level. Next slide, please. So here are some examples for our level 1 lesson for young learners, where the student learn about the basic of the recycling and how to do it correctly through an animated story of a rabbit family. And each lesson consists of a class activity like this bottle challenge, where the students are to collect as many PET bottles and show it to the teachers. Next slide, please. Here is one the student example where they create Waste Hero inspired by Batman. The teacher used the template that provide in the lesson activities and adapt it for their students. So the provided form in the lesson activity are editable and can be adjusted for any language and be flexible to fit the needs of any classroom. Next, please. And this is another example of class level, grade 3 to 5. So we make sure that CREE instructions and recycling fundamentals are covered throughout the lesson package. Next slide, please. And in the level 4 or 5, which is for grade 9 to 12, we introduce more difficult topics for the recycling, like for example, linear against the circular economy, and how to design more circularity into the life cycle of a product. And then different type of the workshop activities also give the guidance to the teachers. So for the next part of my presentation, I would like to introduce a short video clip that can explain more about the Waste Hero reduced to zero lesson levels. Please enjoy the video.
Through our preliminary research, we found that many people, including adults, lack the basic understanding of how to properly recycle. To help learners, we made sure that key instructions on recycling fundamentals are covered and repeated across all lesson levels. The lessons emphasize what can and cannot be recycled and the steps to properly dispose of waste. For example, a Level 1 lesson includes a story about a rabbit family learning recycling best practices and also activities like a classroom bottle count, where students collect and count PET plastic bottles as a class. Levels 3 and 4 introduce the concept of the waste stream and how litter can enter the environment. Recycling best practices are presented as a way to prevent waste leaking into nature. Level 5 introduces students to the linear and circular economy and how circularity can be designed into a product or business life cycle through a redesign challenge classroom activity. Level 6 workshops introduce design thinking and tools to help students identify problems and solutions, map ideas, and develop a business idea or community project to solve a waste-related problem. Waste Hero Education aims to educate 1 million young people on these core issues by 2030. Visit wasteheroeducation.com and begin helping your students become future waste heroes.
Thank you, the technical team, for helping us open the video. So after my presentations, you will meet our trainers who will provide the details of the lesson activities, and they will guide you how to navigate the website. And we hope that you can adapt with your students and how to conduct the waste management program at your school and community. And my next presentation topic is about the next slide, please. So my next presentation will give an overview about the activities under the Waste Hero Development Co-Campaign, which is a collaboration between the Simeo Regional Center for Sufficiency Economy Philosophy for Sustainability and Indorama Ventures. So this is a joint effort between the Simeo Indorama and our partners, who are UNESCO Multi-Sectoral Regional Office in Bangkok, UNICE Thailand Foundation, Southeast Asia One Health University Network, or SEOFUN, Southeast Asian Minister of Education Organization Secretariat, or you know them very well in the name of the Simeo Secretariat. And the last one, I think that everybody know them very well in Indonesia, that is a Simeo Simolek, or in long name is the Simeo Regional Open Learning Center. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, sorry, go back. Okay, so the objective of the program under Simeo SET and the Waste Hero developmental campaign to empower kindergarten, primary, secondary school, and also TVET and university teachers in Southeast Asian countries to have better understanding in waste management and circular economy, and be able to create the lesson activities by adapting the Waste Hero education resources. And most importantly, we would like to build awareness of the students at all levels on environmental issues, waste management, and circular economy, and take active actions in saving our environment at the school and in the communities. And lastly, we wish to see the exchange of ideas, creativities, and best practices in Waste Hero actions among school teachers and students across the Southeast Asian communities. Next, please. So under this project, let me present you the activities under this project. The first event that we conduct was a webinar on World Environment Day with the theme Beating Plastic Pollution on the 5th of June that already passed. So the webinar streamed live by YouTube attended by over 700 participants. Next slide, please. And the second activity is the program that you are attending with us here is the Waste Hero Reduce to Zero Master Teacher Training Series for 4 countries, including Philippines and Indonesia during this weekend in July, and Vietnam and Cambodia will be in September. Next slide, please. And the third program, which I would like to invite all teachers and students to join, is the Waste Hero Challenge Award in Southeast Asia, which will be launched in August for schools, teachers, and students to share their Waste Hero success stories and best practices. And the last activity will be in January 2024. The winner from the Waste Hero Challenge Award will share their success story and best practices on waste management in the webinar. So we hope that the teachers in the Master Teacher Training will continue your participation in our SimioSafe Waste Hero program. And before I end my presentation, I would like to highlight our expectation for your participation in the Waste Hero Reduce to Zero Master Teacher Training today. We fully hope that by the end of the training session, you will understand more on the Waste Hero education, main objectives, material details, and lesson packages. Second, you are able to navigate the Waste Hero web page or website, and then the lesson package, and be able to introduce the Waste Hero educational resource to other teachers at your school who are not able to join in this training session. Third, you are able to apply the Waste Hero education resources and design your own activity with full engagement of your students in the classroom activity. And fourth, we also would like to see how you could integrate or adapt the knowledge from the training for the school and the community improvement program. And I hope that you will enjoy the Master Teacher Training today. Please stay with us until the end of the training session. And thank you very much for your attention. May I turn the floor back to our MC, Mr. Kevin.
Thank you very much, Kun Piyapa, for the briefer presenting of the project, our background. I think now it's time for everyone to meet our trainers for the Master Teacher Training session. If you're ready, everyone, please press 1 and send to our chat box. Or you can send emoji to express your feeling and your readiness to join our session. Thank you. Also, the participants in YouTube, you can send us the emoji icon or like number 1 in the chat box so we can see how you're ready for our session. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So next, may I lead to you to the session. May I introduce our trainers for the training session today in the afternoon. First one, Mr. Anuwat Gelma. He is a senior professional teacher from Sakulnakhon Patana Siksa, Sakulnakhon province. And next, Mrs. Tirada Chayasi. She is a professional education supervisor from the Secondary Education Service Area, Nakhon Phanom province. And the last one, Mr. Kittipon Thammahon. He is a senior professional teacher from Krasang Pithayakom School, Buriram province. which are all of them are from the Basic Education Commission, the Ministry of Education of Thailand. So now I would like to turn over the floor to our trainers. Please welcome them to the virtual stage, everyone.
Selamat siang. Welcomes everybody to the training sessions of West Hero Reduce to Zero Master Teacher Training with us. I am Kittipon.
I am Tirada.
I am Anuwat.
We are West Hero family.
I'm proud to present West Hero Education to you. West Hero Education is a free globally applicable education program by Indorama Ventures and Yunus Talent Foundation, aimed to raise student awareness on recycling, zero waste, and circular economy to emphasize on secondary education levels. This session would be involved with level 3 to level 6 of the lessons from westheroeducation.com. So right now, I'm so curious what is going to happen in our sessions, Mrs. Tirada.
Yes, our session mainly divided into 3 chapters. So the first chapter will be handled by me. We are walking you through the lesson for level 3 to level 4, which is you have heard from the first speaker about it briefly already. It will be talking about how to recycle, how to do recycle, and also review information about waste separation, and then move on to waste leakage. And by the end of the lesson, student will be able to understand and be encouraged to take action in terms of circular economy. And then chapter 2 will be presented by Mr. Kittipon.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna walk you deeply through the lesson for level 5 and 6, which are decided for student grade high school grade to university student grade. And it's very interesting because by the end of the lesson, student will be able to design thinking, design system for economy to make it more circularity. And for the last chapter will be handled by Mr. Anuwat. He is going to bring you to his actual classroom that he had implemented our lesson to his context already.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
And then after that, we are going to have 2 hands-on activities. The first activity will be problem and solution trees. We adapt by using Mentimeter, which will be handled by me. And then the other activity will be your future plans. We are going to share your future plans after having discussed about West Hero Education. We are going to use the Padlet application to do that. Mrs. Tirada will guide you.
Okay, so at this moment, it's time to start the session. So please give the floor to Mrs. Tirada to start the session.
Okay. So before begin the lesson, I'm showing you these pictures.
Yes.
I think these pictures are widespread on the internet, but Mr. Kittipon, what do you see from the picture?
Okay, I just would like to talk about the first picture. I can say that I see these kinds of problems a lot in our daily life because there are a lot of garbage and also the waste that separate or cannot separate in this world. And it can also harm our environment. So this kinds of problem needs circularity or the way to handle with them.
Yeah, what about the bird?
Oh, the bird, I think it's a poor bird.
Yeah.
It is wrapped, by the plastic bag. I think he might be suffering, or she might be suffering from that a lot.
Right. So we are going to have kind of brainstorming activities.
Yes.
And can you please type your name and your idea in the chat box so that we share what the causes behind this problem. Right. So we will give you kind of 1 minute to 2 minutes to share and express idea here.
What are the causes?
Yeah, what are the causes
of
behind
these
this?
effects?
Okay, so right now we are waiting for okay.
Oh. The chat box, right?
Yeah.
Can the technical team scroll up a little bit so that I can read the name? Thank you. Okay. If I pronounced your name wrong, I will say sorry in advance. Saman for Surabuya, right?
Yeah, Surabuya.
Yeah, he said that our main story is plastic. It is the ultimate material. It is incredibly versatile. Appears in almost everything.
Yes.
And it isn't going away for the next 400 years of disposing.
Oh.
Yeah, and as it's quite, if Mr. Sman available to, unmute yourself and talk to us, would you be kindly do that, please?
Please join us.
Please join us. So you can click on reaction icon and then raise your hand, and we're gonna talk to each other.
Okay.
Can you? Right. Wow, thank you so much. We hear you already.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, hello, sir. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Hello.
Hi. So what are the courses of that program showing on the pictures again?
Oh yeah, it's a book of. Oh, that's a poor turtle. I'm sorry for that, buddy. Hang in there, buddy. I'm sorry for that. Sea turtle. I feel so bad for that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I think we all agree.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much for
Thank you
sharing.
so much for sharing. I think we all agree that this come from too much garbage.
Right. Too much garbage sprayed around and
Yes.
waste leakage, things like that, right?
Mismanagement in disposal, garbage disposal.
Yeah, so
Right.
it can harm our environment at the end of the day.
Right.
On YouTube chat, Eva also expressed that there's too much garbage, and the garbage will contribute to pollution.
Yes.
Right. Interesting.
Okay.
And this is why those courses, this is why we have to educate students to reduce waste to zero, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. And now is iPad activity already, to share what you have done or what you have taught in school, doing project with students. It can be anything. We're gonna share in Padlet. I think maybe a lot of you have used Padlet already. Have you used it before?
Yes, I have.
Right. Okay. So if you have your phone, and then scan QR code, access to Padlet, and then click on plus icon to add information and but don't forget to type your name for the title, and mention a little bit where what channel you join from, like Zoom or YouTube, and then add your activities, your experiences. You can add like drive link to, or pictures and video from YouTube, or it's just simply type your idea on it and then click on publish. Yeah, many people, right, Mr. Smart, right, have used Padlet before. Yeah,
That's
and
good.
click on publish, and your idea gonna share on Padlet. How much time do we need? Maybe only 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe
Right.
5 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we are waiting for the result to come. Yeah. Have you been to Indonesia before?
Oh, not yet, but I have many friends from Indonesia.
Yeah, could you please share us?
Yeah, I study in Sydney, and then I have my best friend come from Indonesia. Her name is
Yes.
Rosmawati.
Wow.
She's
Right.
kind and friendly. Yeah.
Okay, it's for me. I haven't been to Indonesia before, but the next nation that I would like to visit there is Bali.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've
Because
heard-
I see a lot of photos about Bali. They usually come with beautiful sightseeing and also very clean environment. So we can learn about circular business and also the way that they handle with environments to be very, very sustainable.
Yeah, so we might get some base practice from Bali too. Maybe we can hear from you today, right?
Yeah.
Someone from Bali.
Yeah,
you know?
something that you have done, right?
Mhm.
So our technical team also send you the link via chat box. You can directly click on the link and access to Padlet too.
Can we show
Okay.
them the Padlet now?
Sure. Okay.
If you cannot join the Padlet or you just have one mobile phone, you just type in the chat box your idea. Maybe we can read from the chat box.
Okay, so it's right now we are going to go through the Padlet activity to see how much you share and also you express your idea about this.
Okay.
We also see some comments, right? And also some experience that they share or also the opinions that they share in the chat box too, Mr. Anuvat.
Yeah.
So let's access Padlet. It's quite easy to access. You can still scan by phone, and then it's gonna take you to the Padlet easily.
Okay. Okay, so we see some comments and also some opinions, right, from the participants, our lovely participant in the chat box. For example, from Babala's, right, from Babala, she said that garbage has become a national problem, so it needs comprehensive and integrated management, reducing waste by covering recycling and reuse of waste.
Okay. Okay, so please scan QR code that you see on screen right now, please.
Okay, so it's right now you see the QR code on the screen. You can scan it and also give up some idea.
Yeah. And also we have just sent you the chat box.
Okay.
In the chat box already.
Yes. While we're waiting, their comments, their opinion, I just would like to have one question for you, Mr. Anuvat and Mrs. Tirada. We're talking about like the garbage and the waste. So
Right.
I just would like to know, in your own opinion, how does waste can impact this world?
I think a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. For
Yeah.
example, if you dispose your waste like incorrectly, maybe dispose them to throw them away in the sea.
Yes.
It will cause troubles for marine life. And if you like, dispose something like hazardous, for example, chemical, it can leak into water resources, and when you drink those the water, you may get sick or you have some toxic inside your body, which is very harmful.
Yes. Okay. So it's right now we got a comment. We got the idea from our participants to Mrs. Tirada.
Yeah,
Right.
the first one.
Using tumbler and lunchbox.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is the thing you done in your daily life, right? If my students bring their own tumbler to buy iced tea in the canteen,
Yes.
bring their own box for lunch instead of plastic, they get 5% discount. That's good. I want to be at your school.
Wow. This
And
idea
yeah.
very brilliant.
Yeah. And you can also give comment for each other by typing in the box, and also can rate the idea that you like from, like, give them stars, for example. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is another comment from YouTube chat box too, from Diana. She said that I have asked my students to do a small research about plastic bottle. It's what done by a class.
Yeah.
That is very interesting research too. Okay.
Another idea.
Yes.
Betty Renavati saying that we are never use plastic in wrapping food in our school canteen. Yeah, that's one of the solution. Reduce is one way, reuse is another way, and recycle is another way as well.
Yeah. So another one is from Eva from YouTube. She said that I asked my students to make a pack of secrets. Okay. So it can be like the process of usage again.
Okay, this one is very good idea, you know,
Okay.
and she actually sent picture. Okay, use wasting to learn. I asked
Okay.
my students to use plastic bottles, use plastic hoses, and use basins to design experiment kits on respiratory system material. Very good. Wow.
Okay.
This must be like teaching science, I think.
Yes. Okay. Do you get any more interesting
A lot
one?
more on Padlet now. Like
Yeah.
they keep coming. Like now I have like 20s already.
Okay.
20. We cannot read all the ideas. You know,
Yeah.
those are good idea, and we cannot like miss any one of them.
Okay.
Right.
But I believe that all comments are very useful for our work.
Mhm. Okay, another one in Toba, we would like to empower students understanding in waste management so that they can be aware about environment in Toba Lake. In Toba Lake, okay, must be like some kind of tourist destination, I think.
Yes.
Especially, I hope they can educate people around here. Okay, it's good. You know, one way is to like, you know, make them aware of like the important place in the area. You know,
Yeah.
if you have beautiful place, just reserve it. By
Okay.
not like throwing away the waste into the lake.
Yeah.
That's one way to make people be aware and you know seeing you know valuable resource in the local communities.
Yes.
Yeah. Or it can be kind of if you are language art teacher, you might teach student by pick up some literacy related
Yes.
to environment or some essay or speech of some people and get students to aware of the problems, things like that too.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, this one is good. In our school, eco brick, like a brick, like making house or building, you know. In our school, character building is very important. We start with collecting plastic bottle filled with another plastic waste and make eco brick. Okay, very good. You know, like
Yeah.
you can build something from the eco brick. Like I'm curious to see that actually.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone for your precious idea, and we glad that we see, you know, you have done a lot for your students and classes. You know, don't forget that we can access Padlet, and also you can go and shop ideas and, you know, and use idea to use in your classroom and give them some comments too on each other information, right?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now, actually, we have two palettes now, like the one that we shared before and the
Yes.
one that now
Right,
that
right.
it's showing now.
Okay.
So there are a lot of pictures here in you know in another palette, you know,
Right.
like showing like okay, we can use natural, you know, like leaves, you know, natural packaging, you know, like this one.
Like from banana leaves, right?
Yes, very good. I read, you can rate your friends, you know, if there are good ideas, you can rate like 5-star for your friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Organic wrap, like it is organic wrap, a food or less using plastic. Interesting.
Yeah, thank you. Someone just attached the picture and the link too. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to like lesson walkthrough.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We would like to read all the comments, you know, but we have limited time. So
Yes.
Right. Okay. So as the first speaker and second speaker, and also Mr. Kitakon mentioned about wasteeducation.com, wasteheroeducation.com, we are going to take you to the website to see how easy and how useful, like promptly packaged those lessons are. Let's see.
Okay. So let's get through it.
Yeah. And again, if you have, you know, cell phone now, you can go with us by scanning the QR code, and then it will take you directly to the website. Here, this is what the website look like.
Okay.
See, it's available in different languages. You can, you know, choose the language. And then if you scroll down, you will see the video that I have presented earlier that about the overview of this program or resources. And then you can click download free lesson too. How many
Yes.
lessons again, Mr. Kittiphon?
Oh, there are a lot of lessons from
19?
level 1 to level
Level
6.
Yeah,
19.
90
Oh.
lesson packages, right? And scroll down, you will see programmable view, you know, which is like, you know, activity-based lesson and encourage students to take action. And
Okay.
also it save time because it's very detailed, give you even the script for teachers, expected answer from the class that you might get, things
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it can, yeah. Also, you know, have workshop for older students to
Yes.
try on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can use for your university class or also adapt to school class or also the school clubs.
Right. Okay. Scrolling down, you see lesson library from level 1 to level 4, level 6, sorry. And each level will be divided into 3 sub-level,
Yes.
beginner lesson, intermediate lesson, and also advanced lesson. So let me take you to lesson number 3, which is responsible for level 3.
Which is secondary level.
Yeah, secondary level. But don't worry because even though students start from this level,
Yes.
student will be exposed to fundamental of recycling and waste separation too, because it's very, you know, well scaffold.
Yes.
From the easy one to the most difficult one.
Yes.
Right here, right? You can click on the language that you prefer to download the lesson package. Let's see here. I click on English 1, and then this is what I get, you know, from the lesson preparation, the curriculum alignment, objective, and also here the step of doing the lesson procedure, and you know, instruction for you is like technical suggestion to click on how to click to show the slide to students,
Yes.
things like that.
Okay.
See how detailed it is, right? And here, this slide also appear in primary lesson too, primary level lesson,
Okay.
because you know it's begin from the waste separation. We have this kind of interactive material for students to try in class.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. For how about the student? Does they get the workshop from this website?
Yes, they can access it too, and they can download the material too, right? So it's accessible for everyone, right? See all these things that you get from this package, right? And the step of doing the activity.
Okay.
And here, and I think Mr. Anuwat have used this before too.
Yeah, I'll show you later
Right.
in my
right.
part.
I'll wait and see for that.
So let's move to the detail of each lesson.
Okay.
For level
Level
3,
three.
student will be introduced. Student will be introduced to the idea of like recycling and negative effect on environment without recycling best practices, right? And then after that, student will be introduced to waste leakage concept, because you know, from those pictures that we have discussed about, that is the waste leakage, right?
Yes.
It's mismanagement of waste. That is the result from doing like not good,
Yes.
not separate waste, and the waste then destroy the natural resources
Yes.
and human life and marine life too, right? And by the end of this lesson, student will be able to create a waste hero poster. Yeah,
Interesting.
to inform, to inspire, and to encourage other people to take action to protect environment.
Okay.
Right. And next, for intermediate, it's going to move from, you know, creating waste hero story, from waste hero poster to
Yes.
waste hero story.
Okay.
But it's not just simply give them instruction. Oh, you do it. You do the waste hero story. But it's just very well laid by, you know, first you will get the handout of how to design story, you know, how to map out the ideas, how to make a list of events, or the suggestion of how to write story to persuade people, and story planner, and also a storyboard. So these materials you get from the PowerPoint slide, that you can download anywhere, anytime too. Moving on from waste leakage, like that, and then for our lesson, for advanced lesson, is going to talk about waste audit, which is I kind
What
of
is waste audit?
So students will calculate the waste that they produce personally each day by like weigh their own waste. They have get a real scale.
Oh my God.
Yeah, students get to have a real scale to weigh their waste each day, and also the whole class too. Right. So it will make students aware that I create a lot of waste to our world. And will. At the end of the day, it will create a mindful habit for students when they really create or consume how to consume things and
Can I
get in
share?
their life.
Can I share
Sure,
a bit? Because
please.
I work out a lot, like when I eat a lot, I tend to weigh myself, So it's a kind of self-awareness.
Right.
Like, how much do I gain today? So it's just like that, right? The idea, the concept is just like similar to
Okay, I love these lessons because I
Mm.
love kind of that separation.
Right. And you can see, I really, make a print screen
Okay.
for the to make this presentation. See, this is very detailed. You have script, like ask students what is an audit, specifically a waste audit, and then it's also listed the expected answer that you might get from student or explanation that you need. Yeah, so it's really ready to use lesson, right?
Okay.
Yeah, for level 4, basic lesson. So as the first speaker, Kun Piyapha said, is more complicated. We shift from waste management, waste leakage into linear economy, which is the big problem nowadays.
Yes.
Because conventional one create a lot of problem and waste to environment because we just take it from natural resources and then we make it, right? And then we dispose it without maybe consider about how we appropriately separate the waste and go to recycle. So it's end up being waste, a lot of waste in our world, right? So we are like encourage people shifting from linear economy to circular economy, right? To make zero waste. So we take from natural resources and then make it and then use it and then recycle it.
Okay.
And we may use less natural resources because we bring the recycle one into production stage again. So it's going to be like circle like this. That is called circular economy. Right?
Okay.
It can also reduce the cost of production too, right? In many ways.
It helps a lot of people. It also like the entrepreneurs themselves.
Right,
I see.
Right. Yeah.
So it just give like a benefits of double beneficials too, because it can help about financial and also the environmental.
Yeah. Thank you. Next one. For intermediate level, students will create their circular economy, for redesign thinking. Yes, we realize that linear economy is the problem that create a lot of waste. But how do we shift from circular economy? How do we shift from linear economy to circular economy? We have to let students think by themselves.
Okay.
Like put them in entrepreneurs' shoes, and then if they own any business, how would they do? How do they produce to reduce waste to zero?
Okay.
Yeah, right. There are some steps that provided in our in this package, right? Starting from listen to audience or listen to customer, and then there are some strategies that can apply into the last one, which is a student have to taste the idea and gain the user feedback, things like that. This is make them realize that how aware of how would I design my business to be circular economy and produce waste zero?
Okay.
Right. And Mr. Kittipon.
Yes, I'm gonna use this idea to adapt to level 5 too. So you have to wait and see this too.
Okay.
Right.
I'm excited.
Right. Yeah. As I see, this is going to drive more deep in the example of what is circular economy is, and give students an example of circular economy business. For example, like cloth rental, and there is example of strategy that the business use for reducing waste. Yeah, which is like, you know, make our world better place, right? And protect our world for future generation too. This is also an activity in level 4. You can see that students will be able to involve in like various of activities to, you know, in order to really can be able to take action in our real world, in our community. See, normally these activities create a lot of waste to the world, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we're gonna have students to redesign for circularity, how to make the waste into the production stage again, or how do we properly separate waste? Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do, right? And for the next chapter will be handled by Mr. Kittipon. He's gonna walk you deeply to lesson 5 and 6.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Tirada. At this moment, it's time for chapters 2 of the lesson walkthrough, which includes level 5 and level 6. So let's check it out for the content we're walking together. Okay, level 5 includes 3 lessons for grades 11 to 12 from beginners to advanced students. And level 6 includes 4 workshops for university and youth club that you can also adapt for your school class and all your school clubs. And each activity, you may encourage your student to work individually or work in groups. And you can also adapt this one to your schools too.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one, please. Okay, can I have this one? Thank you very much. Okay, what I'm going to emphasize for the level side, for the level 5 is a production activity of each lesson, which is different and also enhanced from level 4. So let's get this party started together. Okay, the beginner lesson for level 5 is circular case study, aims to analyze business case based on circular economy and business models, starting with selecting one of 5 circular business cards that student would like to use for case analysis by the upcoming question. So you guys gonna see the upcoming questions. There are about 9 questions that help you to create like the map of circularity in your mind. Okay, the example of the card is card 1, the circular supply. The circular supply is about the products that come from 100% recycled material. For example, the shoes of nowadays. Okay, card 2 is about resource recovery. Card 3 about products like extension. For example, the take back or the activity that like this way. And also the 4th card is about the sharing platform, for example, the ride sharing business. And also the example of card 5, the products as a service, which is the as a pay as you use products such as the clothing rental. Okay, after they select the card, they answer this question, which help them to figure out the idea of circularity from the activity, from the business that we have discussed before previously. In your own opinion, which company that you would like to work on?
The company that I would like to work on. I don't know yet, but I think like there's some comment like that match your circular business case study. I mean, I hear Eva have very interesting activity. She said that I asked my student to make a bag out of a pack of cigarettes. That's cool. How you like extend life, you know, of products, you know, extend products life. So you made like, it's kind of upcycle. I mean, like you made this waste into something else.
Right.
With another function, you know, it's a very good idea.
Yes, that's cool. So after you let your student to choose the business card that they would like to work on, after that, let them encourage them to use these kinds of questions to help them to create the map of circularity in their mind. For example, after Eva let the students to do the bag from the secrets,
the
right?
bag of secrets,
So
yeah.
from like the remains of the paper bags, right,
yes.
from the secret. So after that, the student may think about which of 5 circular economy business model does this idea utilize, and also the other questions to help them to create the map of circularity in the mind. Okay, so after they get the idea of circularity from the questions that we have mentioned, encourage them to draw arrow to indicate kind of circularity through a circular light circle map, like the idea that you see in this page. For example, the clothing rental is backwards, right? Backwards from these proposals to usage again.
Yeah.
Consequently, it could reduce textile waste to the earth too. Mrs. Tirada, when we're talking about the textile waste, how does it affect our earth?
Because it's used a lot of natural resources when we create textile.
Yes.
It's especially for in the industry, right? We use up a lot of cotton, a lot of land and water that we waste from creating this kind of cloth, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's why that we need circularity waste, right? So it can be back from disposals to usage again, and also the clothing rental is not just only good for environment, but it's good for money too. So you can get the money from this business. Okay. Now let's walk through to the intermediate lesson from level 5, which is redesign for circularity, focus on design thinking for circularity economy, in which its framework is already explained or found in level 4 that Mrs. Tirana have also mentioned about this. So I will adapt this kind of idea to do this activity. Okay, everybody, first, let your student choose one business that need a circular solution, such as the fashion textile business that we have already mentioned. Okay. And after that, discuss or explain about the linear problems of the business. For example, clothes are consumed at a high rate due to fashion trends, like resulting in unneeded clothes ended up in a landfill. Okay, so we see this kind of problems from Mrs. Tirada that have mentioned that this kinds of problems can also harm our world. So after that, when we raise up the problems, teacher may guide student idea by using questions, right, to encourage them to find the solution of the problem. For example, is this a better way to access the fashion trend at a cheap price without continuously purchasing new clothes? Okay. So when the students get the idea and also like the solution of this, finally, let students solve this problem by completing the idea in a design thinking framework. For example, the clothing rental business, you may start by encourage your student to start with the first step like this. The amplify state to learn or specify the target customer. Student may define the customers to be like the shopper who likes to wear last fashion trend, but have a very short like budget too. And for in your opinion, Mr. Anuwat, who could you can define to be the customer to you?
My customer?
Yes.
Maybe my friends and the ones that I know, familiar with, or my community, small community, maybe someone who follow me on my Facebook.
Okay. So you just like an influencer for this too, right?
Maybe.
Okay. So after that, further to the define state by thinking about the customer need. For example, the customer need is to access to trendy clothes, but do not want to clutter their wardrobe. Okay, with unused clothes. Third, move to the idea step by concerning about creative solution, such as providing clothes for rent and selling clothes very, very cheap price. Okay, and the fourth step, get through the prototype step by representing idea to find the best positive and also the best possible solution, such as create a small offline closet rental shop amongst friends and also family. And finally, end up with the testing stage by experimenting the best possible solution, such as borrowing clothes from friends to rent to other friends and also charging a small fee. And don't forget to find a feedback from the customer too. Okay. The idea from the intermediate lesson might be enhanced to the advanced lessons, to the advanced levels by doing a circular business model canvas in which students would have a chance to create their own business model canvas. By doing this, you should acknowledge your students about a business model canvas that they can apply from this activity. In my point of view, you may start presenting ideas respectively by these steps. Okay, so first, start with the value proposition or the products and services that they need to serve. Second, define the target customer. Third, identify the activity or the way to run the business. Fourth, specify the channel or platform to contact the customer. Fifth, list the way to maintain the customer relationship. In our status quo, in the status quo, which kind of channel or platform that you think that it's going to be the very best way to contact the customer?
Social media, of course.
Yes. And how about you?
Yes, social media like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram too.
Yes,
right?
very good. And I know that you are going to use TikTok for the activities too.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So after you find the channel or platform to contact the customer, and also you have to list like the way to maintain the customer relationship. So then go to the sixth step, that is to define the potential of business partner. And seven, right resources, which may include people, knowledge, means, and also money to run the business. And finally, identify possible costs and also the revenues that you have to pay, your student have to pay or receive from the business. Okay, so the example to complete the canvas respectively is the clothing rental business that we have already discussed. Okay, so students can start with the value proposition within the trendy clothes without having to own them. Second, the target customer could be university students, or also Mr. Anuwat have mentioned that the customer could be their friends too. Okay, and the third one, the activity of the business could be renting classes to customer and taking part in customer service. Fourth, they might figure out the channels and other platforms, right, to contact the customer through a live platform, social media, and or maybe you have to use like influencers to help about this. Okay, fifth, their plans to keep in touch with their customer online, also in person. Six, the potential partners could be people who donate or sell on closet and also the thrift shops. Seven, the resources could be inventory or online shopping platform. Eighth, costs could come from the web platform development and maintenance. And also ninth, the revenue could generate from renting closet and subscriptions. Okay, everybody, after the gains idea about business model canvas, present circularity idea into the canvas. The idea includes circular value propositions, right? About the circular innovation and also the end of life of the products. Okay, by adding this idea, you may encourage your students to think about the circular innovation to apply to the business. For example, the clothing rental could be classified as products as a service business adapted from the circular business model canvas that we have already discussed at the beginner lesson of level 5. Then, further to the circular value proposition, by adding value that we get from the circular innovation, the example value from the clothing rental business is that people with low income can wear trendy clothes, right, without purchasing. And it also can reduce the tactile waste to the earth. Okay, and the last one is ending of like mentioning about it, What happened once the products has been used? So the rental clauses could be returned, right, and get rented again by another customer. By this, we'll get the business model canvas step by step, like in this page. Okay, after your student understand about the circular business model canvas, you may let your student to choose one provided business, such as a grocery store or maybe the food delivery service, to create a business model by themselves. In your own idea, what business that you interest?
I think I'm interested in food delivery service because
Yes.
nowadays we order food online a lot.
Yes.
And I see some of the foods delivery service, they use like single-use plastic.
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea if we have some kind of, I've seen some kind of idea in Padlet that you use, you know, like a pinto, you know, pinto is like
Yes.
a package like
Uh-huh.
that you can reuse it for multiple
Uh-huh.
tasks. It can be like a last long material,
Uh-huh.
or you can use like a plastic, like PET plastic
Uh-huh.
for food delivery service. I think that will
Ah.
help the business. And
So we
also,
have to think about like the friendly containers,
Yeah.
right, for our environment. That
Yes.
is a very good idea. And how about you, Mrs. Tirada?
I think office space is quite interesting
Yes.
because office space now, people who work in the office, maybe they consume a lot of energy and also use like a lot of paper, or, you know, like the cups or plastic bag that you know, is the consumption, you know,
Okay.
waste from consumption. And then if it, how do we make office space business to be circular system, right? So it's very, you know, challenging to you know, solve the problem and make office space a more circular, right?
Okay, so right now you get the idea that let your students to create a business model canvas. Okay, the advanced lessons of level 5 could also be applied to workshop 3 of level 6 too, by letting your student to create a circular business models by the business that they would like to do, their interest, or the business that they would like to emphasize on. Okay. After that, okay, so we get the idea from level 5. Right now, let's walk through to level 6, the workshop for university and also the youth club, which you can adapt to your school class and also your school club. Okay. I've already explained to you how workshop 3 work with you. So let's get through the other workshops, starting with workshop 1. Okay, workshop 1, the problem and solution tree, support students to use mapping platform like the mapping frameworks to find problems and also their solution. To create the tree, let students define a problems that they would like to raise at the core of the map, such as low rate of recycling. Okay, after that, discard and also identify the causes of the problem. For example, people do not properly separate waste at home. Further, with the effects of the problems, for instance, it increased waste leakage into the environment. Okay, then create a new tree by writing positive statement from the causes to be the solution of the problem. For example, write people properly separate waste at homes to be the solution of the cause, which mention about people do not separate waste at home appropriately. Okay, and finally, write positive statements to be the result of the solution. For example, write decreased waste leaking into environments to be the result of the solution. From this procedure, your student would get to map from causes and effects maps by writing the negative sentences like what you have seen on the left side, and also develops to the solution and results mapped by changing to the positive sentences that what you see on your right side. So like the map in this page. And Mr. Anuwat, you can also adapt this kind of activity to your class too.
Yes, I've tried this, but I don't use the mind map like this.
Okay.
I use other application, Mentimeter, which you will try today in hands-on activity.
Okay, that's interesting. So Okay. The problems and solution tree from workshop 1 can also be applied to you in workshop 4, solving from the SDG, by encourage your students to use the tree to solve problems for the greater sustainability challenges.
Yes.
To encourage this, you may raise the global issue to your students, such as the climate crisis or the poverty challenges, to brainstorm your student which problems about SDG that they would like to find a solution. Eventually, let them create a problems tree mentioning causes and also the effects, and also the solution tree mentions about the solution and also the result of that solution. Everybody, creating problem and solution tree can also be applied to another kind of map, which is mind mapping in workshops too. And the mind mappings could support students to identify solution to problems and also visualize their complexity and also interconnectedness. To join this activity, you have to let your student to write a main purpose in the middle of the map, such as increase rate of recycling. After that, identify the sub-solution or relating idea in the map respectively, such as writing about the better collection rate and sorting at the source to be the like the way to increase rate of recycling. And then add on another sub-solution to support it. For example, empower informal waste worker and also the involving idea. Do you think it's good idea to that we empower informal waste worker?
I think it's a good idea, like to support them, sometimes they don't have like support financially, or maybe like some kind of technology to help them to collect waste and to sort out the waste. So it would be a good idea to help them, because these people work so hard. So it's like, as we have mentioned, it can become like the double beneficial, because it also helps environment and also it's very good for financials too. Okay, or maybe add about value to low grade recyclable and another involving ideas to support increased rate of recycling. And finally, find the best solution or best idea by appropriate scoring. So everybody, and this is the finishing point of chapter 2, level 5 to level 6. After this, you will enjoy chapter 3, Teach a Lesson by Mr. Anuwat, and he waiting for you is right here. And before I go, don't forget to join us to be a Best Heroes family, because everyone could be a hero. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kiripon. That's very interesting idea, all like chapter 3 and 4 and 6 and 5 and 6.
Yes.
Okay, so I adapted one of the lessons into my class. This semester I have an English club. Do you have a club in your school?
Yes, we have a clubs in my school.
Yeah, okay. What kind of club do you
It's an English club, but one thing that I really emphasize on is about my school, because my school has the way about the waste separation. They support the student to do the waste separation, and the student can sell some recyclable to the school waste bank. So the student can get their pocket money too.
Okay, how about you, Mrs. Tirada?
Yeah, in schools that I'm responsible for, there are a lot of projects, like a lot of school joining waste separation project in my area. And it is very interesting because it's a way of how to manage waste in school.
Okay, my school also start out the bottle and buy bottles from students, but that's my responsibility. That's not my responsibility. So I plan to do something else, like to raise awareness among students and give them an opportunity to showcase themselves. They can be a hero. Because everybody is like want to be an important person, right? To be a hero is one way. So I teach one lesson in on the website. It's called a Waste Hero Story, which is in level 3 intermediate lesson. Okay, it fits to my students because my students have a mixed ability and level of proficiency in English. So I use the English material to teach them. So okay. So this lesson, have three concepts from SDGs. The first one is the goals, number 11, which is like sustainable cities and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. And number 14, life below water. So, and then it comes with the learning outcomes and curriculum alignment, okay, which incorporates science, which is about earth and human activity, okay, how human activity impacts the environment,
Yes.
in a good way and a bad ways. And also I incorporate like English language and literacy myself, because I teach English and I have an English club. So I use English material to teach about environment and waste management. It's very, it's very good to combine and integrate more things in your class, like to raise awareness to students and build them to become a better world citizens.
Okay.
It sounds good, right? So, okay, I start, as you know, these lessons from the website,
Yes.
it's very good for, it's very flexible, and
Yes.
you can adapt all materials and the lesson in your own way to suit your context, the teaching context. It's suitable for every country, because it was proved by international educators. So I plan my own outcomes after seeing all the materials and review the lesson. So I come out with the 3 lesson outcomes. The first one is that my student would be able to identify recyclables and non-recyclables. And my student will be creating a story planner and also come up with a storyboard about a hero waste, a waste hero. And then finally, they will create their own videos. It can be on YouTube, it can be on TikTok. In this way, I think TikTok is very hype among teenagers and very popular among them.
Yes.
So I think that it would be better for them to reach their audiences.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there are 3 outcomes in my lesson. Okay, let's see. Okay, the materials I use are actually from the website. The first one is the yes/no handout.
Okay.
The second one is the storyboard and the story planner. As you can see on the, on the screen. Yeah, okay. So I divided my lesson into 4 steps. Okay. Step 1 would be like discussing, discussion. Like it takes 10 to 15 minutes. It's a kind of relaxing discussion. You don't give them a pressure. They can talk.
Yes.
They can use Thai in my class as well, but mainly I use English to them.
Okay.
But they feel comfortable to use Thai.
Okay.
It's good. So we talk about recycling, waste leakage, ocean-bound waste. They don't know about this ocean-bound waste. What's in your mind? Ocean-bound waste.
It's like the islands of waste,
like in the middle of the ocean, right? So this is like a huge issue.
Yes.
They need to see.
That is the problems from waste leaking into the oceans.
Of course, yes. And then here I show them statistics. If they see the picture, they would be, surprised about what's happening in our world now.
Yes.
That consequence, if they throw away like waste, like not to the bin, maybe it end up in the ocean. And then I show this like statistic. You can adapt this picture, come up with a statement. For example, 1/3 of the fish species, consume plastic. Okay, but maybe you can like use small number first.
Yes.
When they said yes, and then you show bigger number.
Okay.
It surprised them, like, okay, the problem I think it's like not so big, and then it's become very bigger.
Yeah, huge.
So yeah, they tend to to do something about it. They want to do something about it to reduce this. So yes, this is the first step. And then I show them on the screen like ocean-bound waste, how big it is, and where they are from, and students responded to this. Okay. And this comes to step 2. Step 2, I show the handout. I don't give them the handouts because it used a lot of paper to give them handout. So I just show them on the screen, to see, to identify which one is recyclable and which one is not, one by one.
Okay.
And they can respond me in each item. Okay, after that, I ask them, do you recycle? what can be recycled and what cannot be recycled, and ask them a few examples of something that they can see in the classroom,
Okay.
and something that they eat, whether it can be recycled or not, like the bottle that they hold, like, okay, how can you know that this is recyclable? They said somebody can it's a very good learner.
Yes.
She just said that, okay, notice that recyclable
Symbol.
symbol, like a triangle one,
Right.
and there's number in it, maybe it's
Okay.
1, maybe it's 2, maybe
Yeah.
it's 3.
Yes.
Very smart student. Because they have smart teacher.
Yeah.
Maybe you can learn that from science class.
Of course, of course.
Kidding.
So, okay, thank you. So, okay, this is like the first handout. No, actually, it doesn't look like this. It's
Yes.
no arrows. So you have to point in each item, for example, whether the bottles, the jar can be recycled or not.
Yes.
And then this one, yes or no, and then you show
Yes.
the arrows.
Mhm.
So one by one. And after that, I show them this handout, like 2 categories of recyclables and non-recyclables. And then I move on. Okay, no, here's the picture. Here's the video and pictures of me teaching my student.
Is
Can
that
we-
you in the bin? Sorry.
It's me, yes, in the bin.
Okay.
Can we show the video now?
You would like to share your teachings videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, there are more students, but actually on that exact day, there's scout activity that you can see me wearing the scout uniform.
Yes.
No. Cardboard box. Yes. Okay. Garden hose.
No.
Garden hose. No. Banana peel.
Yes.
Absolutely. No. Banana peel not recycle. See?
Plus.
Yeah, the cute. Yeah, the cute class.
Okay. So how did your student feel about this class?
Like they feel like they want to do something about it. They want to help. I said, how can you help? They said, maybe I can, like talk to my friends.
Yes.
Maybe I just, tell them to throw away, waste into the correct bin. I
Yes.
said, is that enough? They said, maybe not. Maybe I can do something better. I think telling story.
Yes.
Telling story is one way,
Okay.
like through those social media, we help a lot,
Okay.
reach more audiences.
Right. and
Okay.
To persuade them
Yeah.
to protect the world, right?
Yeah,
And create
so
zero waste.
here comes step 3,
Right.
I
Okay.
show them more statistics, I show them best practices of how to recycle, and show them about facts of like, how many waste has been leakage into the ocean. So these are the PowerPoint slide. This PowerPoint slide you can get from the website.
Okay.
Get from the lesson. It's provided for you. Actually, there are a lot more, but I just give you some example. I like this slide because it's very easy, right to the point, and it can easily be done by students. Okay. Here, like they actually tell you, like, okay, if you have liquid in the bottle, it should be not more than a teaspoonful.
Oh.
Okay. And this is the ocean-bound waste. After seeing this, wow, I didn't know about this. And this one, student can point out this. They're happy about it when I show them. And in my video, you might see that the recycle bin in our country,
Yes.
the color might be different from the one that you see in the picture.
Yes.
Okay. And here comes the step 4. This step, student needs to fill in the story planner and the storyboard handouts. I give like the story planner to student individually, so I have to work individually. But I don't mind if they can work in pair, or maybe in groups after that. Okay, and then I show them this checklist, whether they're complete, like all the components in the story planner and the storyboard.
Yes.
Here are my students like working so hard, you know. Maybe they can
Yeah.
use their phones, you know, to translate if you want to write in English.
Okay.
But I allow them to write in Thai, you know.
Oh.
Maybe it saves more time because
Right.
Okay.
my outcome is like is to have them creating the story.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and here is my helper, my co-teacher. She's from the Philippines, you know. She's very kind and friendly and
Okay.
help me like help with the work of the students. And these are the products of my students, you know, story planner and the storyboard. You know, they don't have to draw, you know, because someone may be not very good in drawing.
Yes.
They can just describe in each scene what happened, you know. And you know, when they do the video, they have to follow this scene, you know, maybe some scene can be difficult, like you need to fly into the sky. So then they might use some kind of technical,
Okay.
you know, that's a lot of effort. So I just, you know, okay, you don't have to do that. So step 5, they will create TikTok videos. You know, you want to see the video that that my student made?
Okay.
Type 1 if you want to. Anyway, I'll show you anyway without typing, okay? To make things easier.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, my students are not very good in English, but you know, they are very outgoing and they want to, you know, do something. They're very like very, you know, conscious human being.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the video of my students.
Okay.
Okay, show them now.
Why don't he put in the trash bin? Hey, you! This bottle can be recycled.
Okay.
Wash it first. Put it in the recycle bin. Yeah. Let's do a project.
Okay.
Recycle ได้ไหมคะ Can this be recycled? No. Can this be recycled? Yes. Good.
Can this be recycled?
Yes.
Can this be recycled?
Thank you so much for your good work. Keep up the great project. Thank you so much. Video teach Mr. Kitipon and Mrs. Yoga.
I could say that it's very cute, and
Okay.
your students can help us to know about the best separation.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the idea that they really show the real object in classroom.
Yes.
And ask other students whether which one is recycled and which one is non-recyclable.
recyclable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, you know, at least in that classroom, there won't be misconception
right.
about which one is recyclable and which one cannot be recycled.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So, okay. Are you curious now? Where can you find, you know, the PowerPoint slide?
Mhm.
And, you know, in the PowerPoint slide from the website, you know, there are actually facilitator notes, you know, in the bottom of each slide, you know. This facilitator note will provide key answers, that's explanation, description of how to teach the student. Okay, let's go and find here. If you want to teach level 3, you can just download from the English. Actually, I can download Thai language as well,
Uh-huh.
but you know, I'm an English teacher, so I tend to use English more.
Okay.
Maybe for the weak student, you know,
Yeah.
they can download by themselves, click on Thai language, and then they can, you know, use that to help them
Yes.
translate from English to Thai.
Okay.
Can we find the PowerPoint slide of? Okay, this one. Okay, here is the actual PowerPoint slide that we
Uh-huh.
downloaded from the website, you know.
Oh, that you use for a best hero story.
Yes.
Right.
Actually, you know, I don't have to prepare a lot, you know, I have full hands like job in my hands. So this
Oh,
helped me a lot.
with facilitator notes,
Here
right?
in the bottom of each slide.
Yeah.
It's very helpful for me. It's actually what to tell the students, you know, like what can be, you know, and the vocabulary you may not know.
Mhm.
It's helped you a lot.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. And then, you know, go back to
The bench, right?
Mhm.
Okay. The activity that you have done is like the way that we can support our student to know about the best separation and know how much the environment is very, very useful and essential to our life. And how about you, Mrs. Tirada? Do you have any idea or any projects that you support the teachers
Mhm.
to do about environment?
After learning about these wonderful waste hero education resources, you know, I have introduced this package to some teachers, not very much, like about 100 now, but I want
Yes.
to expand the number more
Mhm.
so that the teachers would, you know, implement these lesson package to the real classroom or real learning resources.
Okay. So let's move to, you know, are you excited to the hands-on activity?
Sure.
Sure.
Let's go.
Okay. Now you can see the QR code on your screen.
Mhm.
You can, you know, use your phone to scan the QR code, and it takes you to the Mentimeter website.
Mhm.
Okay. There are 3 questions that you will be answering. The first one, it will be like a ranking, you know,
Mhm.
like a ranking scale for you. The second one, you will, you know, prioritize
Mhm.
the effects of the low rate of recycling. And the last one, you have to, you know, rate the impact and the effort for each solution to help increase rate of recycling. Okay, let's go to the first questions. Have you scanned? Thank
Okay.
you. So cute and the insightful video. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm happy now.
Okay. So right now is a QR code on the screen. You can download it. You can screen it and then go to the Mentimeter page.
Okay.
So it's right now, we are going to the Mentimeter page. And before we go to the Mentimeter page, we also get some comments, very useful comments from our participants. From YouTube, Diana had mentioned that interesting indeed. And she said that I think I have done level 6 for grade 12 at my school. That's very good because the workshop from level 6 is not just only for the youth club or university, but you can also adapt to your school class and also your school clubs too. Okay, we got another useful comment from the Zooms. Mr. Anuwat.
Okay, now a lot of people, you know, have been answering the first question, you know, okay. Can you show that, Mrs. Tirada? Can you show the screen? The big one, please. Okay, the voting one.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's right now you see like what causes of low rate recycling, and we're waiting for your response about this.
Yeah. Okay, it's had stopped already.
Okay, Mrs. Tirada, I just would like to further from the idea from Diana that's mentioned about she used like the activity, the workshop from level 6 for her grade 12 at school for as as a supervisor, the school supervisor, which activity or which workshop that you would like to encourage the teacher to use it in class?
I think the appropriate one would be 3 and 4 because in my area, I consider students have problems to properly separate waste. So first of all, I would begin from how to recycle, like mentioning about recyclable item and non-recyclable item first, and then walk to like waste leakage. And then after that will be like have students learn about linear economy, which create a lot of waste problem. And then after that, student will be exposed to how to create more circular economy. That is the idea that I would like to emphasize students on. Right?
Okay, so thank you, Diana, for your idea, for your sharing experience too. Thank you very much. And right now we got like the ranking right on our screen.
Yes.
About courses, right? So it's coming. The courses of low-rate recycling, and we got the skills right now on the screen.
Yeah. So the first one seems to be, the most, rated, the causes of low rate recycling will be the first one is mismanagement of waste at the source. Number 2 will be waste worker cannot collect and sort waste efficiently. And the last one, government does not fund recycling or no modern infrastructure. Okay. Let's move to the next one.
Okay, and it look like all the arrow is moving right now.
Yeah. The next question, you have to prioritize what are the effects from low rate of recycling. The first one, ingestion, suffocation, and entanglement of hundreds and marine species.
Okay.
The second one, can you read?
Sure. Increase in waste leaking into environment, which impacts climate change and tourism and coastal economy. It's become the first one now.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Right.
And how about the third one?
Okay, and the third one is waste enters our food chain, causing side effects to human body.
See, it's a fun activity for your class,
Right.
because like all the prioritized already like shifting.
Right, because we have
Now the pink one will become
Right.
the first one already.
and because we have 57 people joining and they are giving comments on here, right?
Yes. So it's interesting idea, students can actually see, what their class opinion will be about.
Right.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
Yes.
Shall we?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, the last question, you have to do 2 tasks. Like, okay, you have to, rate,
Oh.
2 factors, 2 variations. The first one, the impact.
Okay.
Okay, there's 2 axes.
Yes.
And
the second one
the
is
second
the
one is
effort.
efforts of
Yes.
each, of each item. The first one is the solution to increase rate of recycling. The first one will be provide more
Recycle bins in communities.
Yes.
How about the second one?
Set up an organization for waste workers to support them in financial and loans.
Okay. The third one, invest in model recycling infrastructure.
Okay, and the last one.
Guarantee prices for recyclable waste for waste workers.
Okay.
Now you can see number 3, seem to be the most practical and effective way for you guys. You all agree that number 3 should be the most effective ways. What is number 3 again? Invest in model tech recycle infrastructure.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So in this zone, this zone is like the most effective way. Now number 2 become the most effective way already.
Okay.
Right.
See? You
It's
can
just
see
going
the
to
score
change
scatter
again.
around. You see, scatter in
Yes.
around.
Yes.
This is like 10, and this is like 10. So if it reach here, it means that it's the most effective way. But anyway, like all of the 4 items, are effective. It's shifting. You see?
Right.
Okay, so it's actually fun for us to see like the moving and the shifting ideas of people having to each items.
Right. So, and you can get this for free in Mentimeter too,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's free activity online.
Yes. So I think that should be enough. And thank you for participating. What do you think about you can use Mentimeter for your class?
Yes, Mentimeter is very useful that we can adapt to the environmental issue learnings too. For example, that you see from Mr. Anuwat that he can use from use for problem and solution trees, right? Changing from the maps writing into like a technological way to do this. Okay, so when we're talking about the global issue about the environment, we can see that there are a lot of circular business that can help our world and can also like reduce waste and also garbages to the world, and it can stop like the problems of waste leakings right into the ocean, into the human life. Okay, Mr. Anwar, I just would like to know about your hometown. Are there any business in your hometown that you think that it support the circularity?
Maybe I have to start one.
Yeah.
I cannot think of one, but maybe I can start one.
Could you please share the idea?
Okay. The idea is that I want to invest in like the waste separation company, you know, like a small startup business, you know, because I've seen a lot of like waste worker, you know, some waste business, they sell recyclables, plastic, you know, and they get a lot of profits and they can get rich from that.
Okay. And how about you?
I will in my area they are, you know, textiles companies, and you know they let contaminated water into Mae Kong River, and I think I want to change the way, and make a new business or business that improve the system to be more circular. But I don't have to. I don't haven't that try to think about it yet.
Okay,
it's gonna be like a huge beneficials to our world too.
Diana here. Diana said that. Okay, interesting indeed. I think I have done level 6 for grade 12 at my school. Wow. We would like to hear from you, Diana, if you can share, and you know, if you can talk here, you can share your idea. What have you done in your class? And he said that my students did civic learning to the committee about SDGs. They choose SDGs by themselves.
Okay. So thank you very much for sharing this idea. If you have more idea, you can also share to us too. If you are on YouTube, you can share your idea in the chat box of the YouTube, or if you are in Zoom, you can also type your idea into our meeting chats too.
Okay. Oh, let's welcome to the second hand-on activities.
Okay.
You can share more of your idea here on Padlet again.
Okay.
And then let's take you to the Padlet. Right,
Okay.
you know, here.
So it's gonna be the another hand-on activity, the future plans, right?
Right.
Don't forget to type your name.
Right.
And in what ways, what channel are you watching from?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Click on the plus icon, write your name and which channel you're joining, and also type your idea and click on publish. Okay, so our question here is, which part of Waste Hero education you find interesting, and how would you use Waste Hero education in the future, right? So you can express more idea via Padlet, right? Okay.
So we're waiting for your response right now.
Right.
And if we're talking about the future plans, Mrs. Tirada, what is your future plans to help our world?
For my future plan,
yes,
as I said, because this package is so valuable and beneficial for people, right? So I'm planning on expand more or like educate more people, more students about introduce them to know about this package, and share some adapted activity that they have done after
using it.
Using it.
Okay.
I've heard that you have responsible for 1,000 teachers.
I mean,
in your area.
Yes, there are about almost 2,000 students in my province. Secondary school teachers, almost like 200 people. So I think it's going to be very useful for my area, right?
And how about you, Mr. Anwar? What
For
are your
me,
future plans for environment?
In the near future,
Yes.
I want to try, more lessons on the website,
Yes.
in my club, maybe it's really helped me because, not only I can teach them English, but I also like, how to say, like, raise awareness among them about waste, leakage, about, the environment.
Yes. So it's very easy to access to West Hero Education, educations.com, right? To download this package to use it in your class. There are from level 1 to level 6. So you're gonna be found, like you're gonna find a lot of lesson and also the workshop that you can also adapt to your class.
Yes.
Okay, so right now the comments about the future plans coming.
Right. SMP Negari to Brora said that I want to learn more about how to encourage students not to use any plastic. Yeah, joining real soon. Thank you so much. And the clothing rental industry, it is very interesting, right? This can teach students how to think critically. The analysis of clothing rental is very interesting to me, right? That's good. Thank you.
If you have pictures, you can
Right.
just like post the pictures so that we can see what your visions are.
Right, right. Or if someone missed the sharing for the first, like share what you have done, you can use this opportunity to, get other people to know about your project too, right? Yeah. Or someone want to be a volunteer, unmute yourself to talk to us right now.
Yes.
Because we have Mr. Saman, right, at the beginning. And then we want to hear from like maybe different teachers here, please. Okay. Yeah, and there are more comments coming in here.
Yes.
And if you are convenient and available to speak to us, just click on the reaction button and then click on raise hand.
Okay, Miss Kuvita. Okay, sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly.
Okay.
Our future plans are eco-block. Okay, eco-block. Like we read that someone typed yes about eco-block, and someone will use it in the future.
Right. Thank you. So for Diana Harawati, yeah, I think I have to continue the activities that actually I have done last year. So it's learning, but I have to modify and empower my student more about zero waste, especially maybe my student can share how to recycle paper in Union High School student. My student this year asked me to have the project like this last year. That's good. So you really encourage them to take action, right?
Okay.
Not only that, the student, do something about the environment, they can, improve their skills in many, subjects. For example, if they have to create something, it improves their artistic skill, like creativity, something like that. It's integrate a lot of subjects into one project. And, like we have mentioned, the lesson from West Zero Education, like we emphasize on doing some activity, like project based.
Here we got some pictures from Yeli Kusuma from SMKN3 Builder, right?
What is it?
Want to see. That's a jacket, right?
Okay.
He said, my students make clothes from waste jean. That's amazing. Or fabric waste by remaking it, modifying it so that it can increase the selling value of the item. That's good. That's circular, right?
Yeah.
That's circular economy. Exactly. Wow. So I'm going to give 5 stars to this one.
You extend the life of the products.
Yes.
You can, this is called upcycle.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Another interesting ones from Betty. Please apologize me if I pronounce your names wrong. She said that I'm joining in the Zoom. I'm going to use the storyboards to encourage students to make campaigns about zero waste in a fun way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Storyboard is very fun way, You can write, students can draw like write a comic books, about
and right now we got a lot of responses on the screen. If you guys have something that you would like to share, you can also click on raising up your hand,
Yeah.
and our static teacher person's gonna unmute your microphone.
But
So you can talk about this.
yeah. But it is okay to not to speak, but because we have a lot of comments already, and also yeah, maybe you can use this for later, like you can get some ideas, can comment on the idea that you like to, and exchange information via Padlet too. This is still open, like many days for you to share, and you may capture the screen and take idea to use.
Maybe you save the link, save the link and come back anytime, read someone,
to do the
Right.
shopping
share
ideas,
your
right?
more idea.
And answer some comment of your friends here too.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So we come to the end of our session.
Yes.
Yeah. And thank you for joining us. We, get a lot of idea here, and we really proud to be the speaker today.
Your participation is really like.
Okay, so we come like to the last ones, like, so please conclude a little bit before we let go. So the first chapter is about level 3 to level 4 from Mrs. Tirada. Could you please a little bit explain to us about chapter 3 and 4? About level 3 and 4.
Right. Let me share screen a little bit.
Okay.
Here. You see? No.
And I'm going to summarize a little bit about the level 5 and 6. Okay. Okay.
So as we said, all of these packages, very good one, can get, you can go to what website again? wasteheroeducation.com.
That's right.
Right. And then move on to our conclusion for today. We have warm-up activity, right? And you can go to the Padlet link anytime to share your idea and comments on each other idea. And also for chapter 1, we have talked about, reviewing student, how to review students, about waste separation, which one is recyclable items, which one is not non-recyclable items, and also introduce the idea of waste leakage that's caused a lot of problem nowadays.
Yes.
And also moving from that, students are introduced to the idea of linear economy, which is the conventional economy that we want to tackle the problems of, because it's produced too much waste to our environment. And then moving on from that, in the package, student will be also introduced to the idea of circular economy. Make the waste into things that usable again and become circular to reduce waste to zero.
Okay.
And then chapter 2, Mr. Gittipon, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay, chapter 2, it's about the lesson 1 through level 5 and 6. As that Mrs. Tirada has mentioned about level 4, this level is like to be enhanced from those levels. So level 5 is about the circularity and also the circular business model canvas that you can also adapt to your class too. And level 6 is about the workshops. There are 4 workshops that you can also adapt to your university class, your youth club, or maybe the school class, and also the school clubs too. The very, very interesting ones maybe about the problems and solution trees, right? And also the mind mapping to solve the problems. And you can link that to solve the problems about SDGs too.
Right.
For my part, I have talked about my experience of adapting one lesson to my actual English club, and the class went well, and I'm impressed by the production of my student. I haven't expected they will have that cute video like that. I like it a lot. You can use this idea in your class as well. And I also guide you to adapting one level 6
Mhm.
project, into an easy questionnaire, and then you can have students like write up the summary of the questionnaire. I think it's easy project for them.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Okay. I hope that our content will be very beneficial for you, and we see your future plan already. We are
Yes.
excited to see the result of our attempt or on our contribution today.
Okay, and before we go, don't forget to join us to be a
Right.
Best Heroes family, because everyone could be
A
a hero.
hero.
Thank you very
Thank you so
much.
much. สวัส
Thank
ดี
you
ค่ะ
so much.
Thank you very much for the very joyful and wonderful session, everyone. I just hope you guys will be very happy for like joining us in the master teacher training. And we hope everyone here able to contribute these learning resources to apply in your school activities and your respective country. Next, may I invite once again Ms. Priyapa to explain the next step of your post-training submission. Ms. Priyapa, are you ready?
Thank you so much, Kevin. Firstly, I would like to thank the trainers for the fruitful and lively training sessions, which I never get bored with your training. And okay, next. Okay, I never get bored with your training. It's always like, exciting, feeling, and energetic. So really like it very much. And thank you very much for the participation of the teachers in Zoom meeting room and YouTube from the beginning of the session until now. And I would like to see what you feel about the training. May you please send the emoji to us. How do you feel about the training? Okay, one presenter said that, one teacher from Bandung. Okay, from the SMPN, wow, for many, thank you so much. All right, keep sending. Feel great positive energy. Thank you very much for your reflection and feedback. And how about the YouTube? I check my YouTube now. Okay, the YouTube also sending the emoji. Thank you so much. All right, thank you very much. All right, I will, let you send the, how do you feel about the training session? All right, thank you very much for the message to our trainer. Right, thank you. So, okay, let me continue my presentation. As you know that this program is not a webinar. So, and for Simeo, we would like to ensure the effectiveness of the training program. So, next slide, please. So, to obtain the e-certificate of accomplishment, we would like to request your cooperation to complete 3 requirements. First, attend the whole session of the master teacher training that you already done. And second, fill up the training feedback form, which is linked, will be appear at the end of the training session. Right, please keep waiting for another 5 minutes and then you can get the link of the training feedback form. And we will use your email address that you put in the training feedback form to send the post-training report to you. So we would like to request your kind cooperation to submit the post-training report. We will give time to you. Actually, I got the requirement from the Philippines teacher that they are not able to submit the post-training report on 31st of August. So they would like to request if we could extend the submission to be at the end of September. So for the Indonesian teachers, you can submit anytime during August and September. The reason why the Filipino teacher would like to ask extension because their academic term will open on the 29th July. So meaning, 29 August. So meaning that they have only few days after the school term start. So for the Indonesian teacher, you can submit anytime during August and September so that, you will have like more flexibility to apply the knowledge in your classroom. But if you finish earlier, you can submit to us and then you will get the e-certificate of accomplishment after you submit the post-training report 1 week. All right. Okay. So Let me know. Are you okay for August or 31st August or 30 September? Please type in the chat box. Or anytime during August or September to submit a post-training report. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Energetic Indonesian teachers. Anytime, okay. Okay, the end of August would be okay. Okay, August, okay. Anytime, okay. That's great. Thank you. All right, let me continue next. All right, so for the teacher who want to submit in September, that's fine as well, because sometimes you need more time to learn about the package. And maybe you need time to propose to your principal, right? Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. So we will extend the post-training report to be submitted by the end of September. So for the Indonesian teachers, you can submit in August or in September. It's okay, up to you. Next slide, please. So why the post-training report? I think that you know it already. To measure the effectiveness of the training session, to ensure that the teacher have better understanding on waste management and circular economy. And third, to follow up that the teacher are able to apply the knowledge and education resources from the training to the classroom activities and encourage active action of the student for the waste management and saving our environment. And lastly, to motivate the knowledge sharing to other teachers at your school. So I hope that from this training session, you will conduct the knowledge sharing to other teachers at your school so that they will be able to apply the knowledge from the Waste Hero to, to their classroom. Next slide, please. So what is the post-training report that I designed? So we make it very simple. So because we don't want to make the too burden to the teachers, very simple Google form for you to complete the information. But however, I will provide the Word document that you can see that what the item contained in the Google form, so that when you type in the Google form, you will have like information be ready for you that you can insert into the Google form, straight away. So we would like to request a summary of your activities, and then the template will be sent to you according to your email address after the training session, and we will post the information on the SimoSep web page. And teacher will have, I think that at this time we will have about 2 months to prepare the post-training report to be submitted within August or at the end of September. And I try to make it very easy for you to submit the post-training report, I promise. Okay, next slide, please. So what information required in the post-training report? Very simple information, like when you fill up the registration form. Your name, position, class, subject. Second, about your school information, name, location, education level, number of the teachers, number of the students. This information already completed in the registration form. Next slide, please. And this is I think that the more informative questions that we would like to request your cooperation. So we would like to request the information such as like the level of the zero education resource that you download from the website, right? Second, number of the students that you have taught approximately. You don't need to count them one by one, exactly like that. We just want the approximately number that you have introduced the Waste Hero to your student. And, how you have taught the Waste Hero in your classroom. You can give some example like you have integrated into the English lesson when you want to teach about the climate change. So you integrate this concept into your lesson activity, something like that. Very brief information. And outcomes from teaching the Waste Hero. I mean, like, after you taught the Waste Hero lesson to the student, what really happened, and you observe from the student behavior, like they change their behavior, they separate the waste properly, they keep the PET bottles for the recycling. So something like that, you can tell us about the story of your student after you have taught about the Waste Hero. And lastly, the number of the teachers that you have shared or introduced the Waste Hero to them, the one who have not joined this class, right? Okay. So these are the very simple information. So I hope that it's simple for you. Is that right? May I see your feeling. How do you feel about this question? Is it too difficult? If you say this is the difficult one, so I think, okay, no, okay, yes, thank you so much. All right, the next slide, please. Okay, the last the next question we will ask about the how you integrate and apply the knowledge from the training for your school and community improvement program. Okay, I think that this is not too difficult as well, like, because some teacher already mentioned that you have done some waste bank, you have done some bottle collections, you have done some separate bin already. So simple way, like even like some of you mentioned about the reuse the cloth, So this type of thing that from your ideas you can share in this post training report. And the last part, I don't think that is difficult for you as well. Whatever stories regarding the environment actions from your idea, that you share in your Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram or Threads, you can copy the link and put in the post report for me so that I can, visit your website, visit your Facebook, visit your YouTube. Is it going to be too difficult or not? Okay, let me hear from your feeling. Is it okay for the number 5? Okay, easy. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Not too difficult. And the last part, okay, your reflection after you download the educational resource. How do you feel about it? That we want to know for improvement, including the reflection about the Simultaneous Breast Hero program. How do you feel about it? You learn a lot, It's very impactful or it's too difficult, the content, whatever you can share with us, right? And lastly, sharing the photo of your Waste Hero classroom activity in the post-training report. Right, okay. So I hope this is not too difficult for you, right? Okay, so how to submit it? You will submit the information in the Google form. Okay, the deadline will be extended until the 30th of September. All right, so will you be able to submit a post-training report? If you think you can do it, okay, please type yes or send me the emoji, smiling emoji. Okay, that's great. Yes. If you're not sure, please type not sure. All right, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your feedback and reflections. All right, okay. So I'm very pleased that everybody very cooperative and very active and become our Waste Hero family. And thank you so much for your participation with us since the beginning of the session until the end. And I hope that you have learned a lot. And I hope that you will continue your participation in our Waste Hero program as well. Thank you very much. May I turn the floor back to the MC?
Thank you very much, Ms. Biapa. I see a lot of response from our trainees today. They are very active so much. And CMO Steps will contact once again everyone for the post-training report, or you can follow it in our website www.cmo-steps.org. Now we have come to the community session. May I call on Mr. Colum Jordan, Global Head of Advocacy and Education, Indorama Venture PCL, for the closing message. Mr. Jordan, the floor is yours.
Hello, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Colum Jordan, the Global Head of Education for Indorama Ventures. Indorama Ventures, based in Bangkok, Thailand, is the #1 recycler of this, PET, often used to make water and soft drink bottles. PET is the most collected polymer in the world, and we're committed to recycling 50 billion of bottles just like this every single year by 2025, and we're going to invest $1.5 billion to do it. But we want to say a huge thank you to you and to Simeo. Our relationship and partnership with them is very important to our company. The reason for that is because through the initiatives that they're doing like this, we are empowering students, teachers, and learners throughout the region to make a better world. As you've learned this week, our view is that waste isn't waste. It can be a valuable resource. And once we put it back into the circular economy, we can make sure we're doing right by the planet. But ultimately, the most valuable resource we have on this world is not gold, is not diamonds. It is the next generation, the youth of today, the leaders of tomorrow. Through Simeo and your work here, we are nurturing that most valuable resource, the youth of tomorrow, and empowering them to make radical changes, to reduce, to reuse, to recycle, to build a circular economy, and to make sure we tackle climate change and we have a world that is sustainable for every generation, not just the next. I want to ask you all today to share what you've learned, to be promoters of Waste Hero, to ensure that the values that are contained within the Waste Hero program go into schools, universities, Montessori's throughout your region. You are now on a mission to be your own waste hero and to spread the good news and to go forth and make sure that everybody has the knowledge they need to reduce, reuse and recycle and to build a more sustainable world. I heard something the other day that I wanted to share with you. 65% of children entering primary school today will work in a career and job that doesn't exist at the moment. Think about that. 2 out of 3 children going into school today will work in a job that hasn't been invented yet. This gives me hope because the challenges that we're facing around sustainability and climate change and the circular economy are very big. But I know that they will be solved by a new generation who will work in jobs that we don't know about, with technologies that haven't been invented and with ideas that haven't been thought of. And that can only happen with a strong education system that empowers those children to go and be the change makers of the future. That collective potential is huge, and it is with everyone in this room today. So on behalf of the Indorama Ventures company, the Lohia family, and myself, I want to say a huge and heartfelt thank you for everything that you've done this week. But more importantly, I want to say thank you for what you're going to do in the future. You will be the waste heroes. You will nurture our most cherished natural resource, our youth, and you will protect our future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jordan, for the very impressive closing message. Ladies and gentlemen, since it's one of the requirements to obtain the e-certificate and for a better improvement of our future event, may I request everyone here to complete a training feedback form. Also, the participants in Zoom and YouTube, you can scan the QR code that now showing on the screen and complete our form. So I would like to request our technical team to help me send the link into the chat box so you can click on it very easily. Can anyone access our link? Okay. Also, the participants in Zoom, let me check. Okay. So we'll hang on after our photo session. Next, may I invite everyone, the participants, prepare yourself in Zoom meeting to turn on your camera. We are going to have the photo session right now. And also, I would like to ask for the cooperation from the technical team to help me take a photo. I will take for 3 shots, everyone. Okay. Turn on your camera. Keep smiling. Okay. On my count. First shot. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. And another symbolic posture. We have like with zero. Okay. With zero. Okay. Everyone show me. With zero. Okay. One more shot. The second shot on my count. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Thank you. And one more, the last one. We just thumb up for the very interesting and very impressive project today. Okay, one more shot. 1, 2, 3. Is that okay? Okay. Okay. Thank you, the technical team, for taking a photo. And thank you for your cooperation. Last but not least, everyone, SimioSeps would like to thank you, our trainers, Indorama Venture, our supporting partners, our technical team, and thank you for your kind participation. We really look forward to having you in our future events. For more information, everyone, please follow us through social media channels, just as shown on the screen, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and don't forget to visit our website for the update of our next activities, www.simio-seps.org. Goodbye for today, and I hope everyone enjoy learning with us, and we hope to see you in our future events. Terima kasih everyone. สวัสดีครับ